Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Talks. Welcome back to the channel. And I decided, let's record some DPL games. We're gonna start it off with Beardy. The other games are probably like they're still in playoffs, so I'm not gonna reveal everything for those. But this one, their team is not in playoffs. So you know, let's review it. Matchup's funny. He's running like some torn, stall type shit. He has like no offensive pressure on his whole team. Nidoqueen is kind of getting to me because ground moves are decent, but there's so many ways around a Nidoqueen. The mon fucking sucks, and if it's going offensive, it's really not that strong anyways, and it's easy to chip it down. But that's all right. And then like they're forced into Scarf Zarude because of Scale Shot Chomp, and it's really their only Scarfer on the whole team. Teams like this just suck. And like I realized their only way to beat Chomp is like Encore. So first mon I put on the team, Encore SD Chomp. This shit fucks him up. Outrage is a free click because if they go Diancie, it cancels out the Outrage sequence, and I can quick at the turn after. We can SD up on shit like Sableye as well because we have Facade and Mental Herb. So I figured this is a pretty good bring. Just bulky SD. We can set up on Slowking too because we like munch Ice Beam. I went into this game. I like to call this strategy the rip and grip. You're ripping, you're ripping all the helmets, turn one with the Azu, knock. This is where the ripping. And then you're gripping late game with the Melmetal, with the Custat Berry, Double Iron Bash, Twelve Melmetal. This is the gripper, this is the ripper. Classic rip and grip strategy. Garchomp fucks him up too. Oh, I wanted some helmet chip on that Zarude, so I ran helmet bad, not a big deal. And then I realized if we rip him turn one, like let's say we rip the Torn and we rip the Slowking, I want Rocks up, so it frees up everything else, frees up Chomp and shit. So we want Rocks up, so I'm running Policy, Stealth Rock, Fizz Def, Necrozma, because like let's say Sizz decides to um, let's say Sizz decides to U-turn on me or Torn decides, or well, this is mostly for Torn, but like if Torn decides to knock or U-turn on me, we have enough bulk to live like any Lariat or Power Whip, so we can just kill it with Heat Wave the turn after. And this mon just puts on a lot of pressure in general. And then I realized I needed a Nido Queen check, so we're going Balloon, Calm Minds, Raikou. It does enough coverage to hit this whole team. It's pretty good here. It outspeeds everything, and the only mon that does outspeed it gets O-Code by T-Bolt. So not a huge deal. Balloon Raikou pretty good. So yeah. Anyways, AV Azu matches up well into everything. Like even like Zarude, we just go Crobat and get Helmet Chip off Rip, and he has to U-turn on an Azu, which could be Sash. It's a weird play for him to make. If he leads Torn, we're pupping and gripping, or pupping and ripping. Yeah, Power Up Punch is really only there for the Torn lead, because we only need Knock, Jet, and Play Rough for everything else. And if he leads Sizz, we probably just go Crobat as well. But yeah, classic rip and grip strategy. Feel free to imitate. I don't know if you're going to be able to do it as well as me, though, because this is my bread and butter right here. But yeah, a pretty good offensive matchup. The only thing we have to be a little bit wary about is getting like toxic stalled and all that, and we just have to get our sequences down, not choke, not a huge deal. Anyways, let's get into the game. Let's go to our side. The fuck? I don't want to be on this bum side. All right, let's get into it. We're leading the Ripper. I should have named this shit the Ripper and this the Gripper. I don't know why I didn't. Anyways, we're pupping here. This is our game plan. I predicted Torn lead, so we're pupping turn one. Boom. +1 Azu. He just gave us a free turn. This shit's about to run his fucking fade. So we knock here. We rip the Torn. That's one rip. And then we're ripping again. Let's see what other item we get here. And we get the Scissors item. Boom, that's a helmet gone. Uh-oh. He already lost the game. Now our gripper, we got rid of the helmet mon. Now the gripper is going to win late game. There's nothing he can do about it. We got the cuss stab. There's literally nothing he can do about the ripper winning, or the gripper winning late game. Literally nothing. Hold on, let me play some music. I'm choking up putting music on. Anyways, let's get into it. Here we go, Crobat, I think. No, we go. Oh, yeah, I know why I did this. So, this is a funny sequence. So, let's say, this is at, I remember doing this in logs. This was planned. So, we do this, we do 53. So, Necrozma is always the play here. Because if he decides to U-turn, the U-turn's doing like 30. So, nothing is going to kill me, and it pops my policy, so I get a kill. And he can't encore me into anything with Sableye. And if he decides to roost here, it's free rocks, and he has to make either a U-turn play or he goes hard into something. Both plays are awkward for him to make. So Necrozma is always my play here. So we go Necro. I think he roosts. Yeah, he roosts up. We get up our rocks, and he makes a good play here in U-turns. Like, you have to fear Heat Wave. So, you know, U-turn's a crazy play for him to make. But, you know, whatever. And he's max attack. He's like max attack adamant helmet. Because that shit did like 42. He goes Sableye anyways. I'm like, honestly, he probably expects me to predict Encore and switch. So I'm like, I'm just going to stay in and attack it. But he goes ahead and makes the safe play and encores me. Not a huge deal though. Like, we have a Raikou. We also have a poisoned Azumarill, because this thing can't fucking Willow me. So this is a safe play as well. So what he does is he goes into Queen. We just Jet here, because if we get Chip on this, it puts in a Raikou range. So we just go ahead and Jet up. Hit him with the Jetty. He goes Slowking. Not a huge deal. We go ahead and rip this too. It's going to be good for the Melmetal. We rip this, do 60. He reveals to be Fizz Def. We get the boots off. Then we go Necro. So here we just pulse, because we're trying to get Chip off so we can go into our Chomp and SD. Because honestly, everything is pretty much in range of a SD Chomp. So we pulse again, trying to get the flinch. We don't get it, so we're forced into Raikou here. So here we just go for a Calm Mind in case he wants to go ahead and Toxic us. I'm surprised he didn't fear Sub, but like, not a huge deal. We just go ahead and see him as he Toxics. He makes an okay play. We T-Bolt here because it's free. He doesn't really have a switch in. Nidoqueen, we're at +1 to have Air Balloon. Not a huge deal. We T-Bolt here. He goes Storm. Then he goes into Zarude. So here we just go Crobat and get some free chip on this. And we keep our Helmet Raikou in the back, healthy. Can take on the Nidoqueen later on. He goes back into King. I believe we go back to Necrozma. So from here we just go for a flinch. Or either like a flinch or a crit. I mean, flinch is not terrible odds, because if we get this down to like 60, it's in Garchomp range. Well, +2 Chomp, +2 Outrage Okos it from full, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, if it gets down to 60, he has to fear like Bandit Outrage and all that shit. So we go ahead and SD here, as he goes for a Toxic, misses, not a huge deal, we had Facade. And honestly, if he lands that Toxic, he can't Willow us with the Sableye. So it would be better if he hit it, to be honest. Anyways, I think he loses regardless. So we go ahead and Earthquake here. So there goes that Rage Resist. The game's over. He goes into this. He reveals to be Air Balloon Encore. So we Outrage. We have Mental Alert. The game is over. So, I mean, like, I think this kills everything. So the thing is, I didn't get to showcase my classic Rip and Grip. But let's say he Ice Beamed us with the Slowking there. I don't think he has Ice Beam for some reason. But if he did Ice Beam us there, Chomp claims 1.5, I believe. It would kill the Sizz, and then Zarude would come into Revenge. But then the turn after that, we go into our Gripper, and the Gripper just cleans up. Gripper plus Raikou and Azu with Jet late game should clean up. And Crobat, like it was a pretty convincing win, to be honest. But after I saw like Slack Off, Toxic, Psychic, I was like, this shit might not be rocking Ice Beam because it wants Teleport. But yeah, that's our week 6 game, I believe. If I didn't win this game, we wouldn't be in playoffs because we won the series 4-3. But yeah, good games to Beardy, and that's our first DPL video. I'll see y'all later. Like and subscribe.